Welcome to the Overflow podcast. I'm your host, as always, Tyler Price, and this is my beautiful, funny, hilarious, smart wife,
Kinsey Price.
And we're so glad you joined us. Last week we had a awesome episode with Reverend Mark Hankins. It was an awesome episode. We talked about your identity in Christ, the Ephesians 1 prayer, how his life was changed. He just got out of jail at 17. What Brother Hagin was teaching that changed his life forever. So if you haven't listened to that podcast, I encourage you to go ahead, head back to that video and watch it. Also, if you are not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It just takes about 10 seconds to hit it. No, even less than 10 seconds. And literally just right there it says subscribe. Hit it right there on YouTube. Subscribe to it. Follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, however you find this podcast, and listen to it or watch it. Which leads us to a very important thing. This is our 1-year episode of filming the Overflow podcast.
It feels like it went really quickly.
It did.
Like it flew by.
Feels like it went by very, very quickly. But all of this would not have been possible without you, the viewer. You, the viewer, made it happen. So we're so thankful for you, because when we started this podcast, we didn't know who would watch it. We didn't know how many subscribers we would had. We didn't know where we would put it on. I basically knew anything. We're going to get into how basically all this happened, how we happened, and all that. The title is our story, which you're going to hear from it. But I really want to thank you, because I want to thank you to, first of all, the subscribers, because they're the OGs. They're the real ones. They're the ones who've been there. Most of them been there from the beginning. We got new subscribers, which we're so thankful for. Also thankful for the people who've been sharing it with people, who've been liking, because every subscriber or every like or every comment helps boost the engagement. Or boost the
helps
reach.
us get the word out there.
Exactly. It helps us get the word out there for the gospel. And so we're so thankful for that. And we've been doing it for 1 year. Let me think of some episodes I really thought were special, really awesome.
One of my favorite ones was, but one of my favorite ones was whenever we did it with your mom and dad this past time about parenting.
Oh yeah,
I just
that was
thought that was a great
one. That was a really good one. I liked both of them. I mean, we've had a couple. The only guests we've had so far is my parents. Those were both great episodes. We talked about the anchored mind the first time, and talking about the importance of the mind, and then we talked about parenting, and that was a really hot one. Then we had Reverend Mark twice. And actually going back to Reverend Mark real quick, I told this on last week's podcast, but so before the podcast even started, before we even filmed one episode, all I had was this mic and that camera. And I said, hey, would you like to film?
Well, we knew we were going to start it.
We
knew we were about to start it.
But
he was already here, and we were just
he was here, and I was like, he would be an awesome guest. So I said, you want to film it? And back then, if you remember, the first couple of videos we faced against a wall. We'd have,
did we even have a camera? Oh, yeah, we know we had a camera. But some of our episodes,
I think the first 2 episodes, we didn't even have a camera.
Yeah.
Wait.
So that makes me confused, because when did we film his?
Or maybe we filmed his the second episode.
Maybe that's what it was. When we first got the camera.
We did too,
That's what it was, when we first got the camera.
So it was our first video podcast. Yeah. And we were faced against a wall, and I never had a guest before. I was so nervous. I was like, He was like, how long you do it for? I was like, I don't know. We've only done one episode. Like,
however long you want to go.
However you want to go. So that was really awesome. And then the second one, I thought this last one was really good.
Yeah.
Then we've had my Nana on. Mm-hmm. We had my grandmother. She talked about her book,
Miracles in Motion.
We talked about her healing testimony. Then we had my grandfather on. Has been the most.
Yeah.
Poppy's been on the most. I can't remember how many episodes he's been on, 3 or 4.
I want to say 4.
I remember the first episode he talked about was why bad things happen. And that was a big episode. A lot of people
was
really liked
one
that
of our
episode.
biggest ones.
Yeah. And then he also talked about, is it God's will for you to prosper? Mm-hmm. Is prosperity biblical? We talked about, is hell real?
Yeah.
That might have been all of them. Or it might have been one more. But anyway, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Some of our favorite episodes were just me and you.
Yeah.
There was a lot of them. We did a lot of episodes just me and you, which was awesome. And so anyway, so this episode, we're kind of just reminiscing about how this podcast got started, the episodes, and going to tell our story about how we got together, because I don't think we've fully done an episode on how we got together.
Because it's a God story.
It's a God story for real. So do you want to start it? You can start it.
No, you start it. Because I don't know. Where should we start? That's the thing. There's so many places you could start.
And I told Kids that we can't do our whole life story because it would be way too long. It would need to be a series.
Yeah, that's what he said about my testimony when we were in the car. And it was funny. But I guess we could start, which I have told this before on the podcast about, when I finally had decided that I was done being in that terrible relationship with that person I'd been in a relationship with for 3 years. And we had a guest minister at church, Reverend Tracy Harris. And I remember just feeling like I needed to go up front and rededicate my life. And he was like, if this message wasn't for anyone, it was for you. And he prayed for me. And that was my lowest moment in my life. Everything that could go wrong in my life was going wrong. I wasn't happy and just everything that you could imagine. And that night I made that decision. And, the devil comes immediately for the word. So a couple days went by, and then all of a sudden that guy started trying to talk to me again. And I was like, oh my gosh. And one day I left my house and I went to go hang out with him. And I texted my mom and I said, hey, this is what I'm doing. Sorry. Turned off my phone. And when I turned back on my phone, all she had texted me was, the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. And so I came home late that night because I didn't even want to see her. I wanted her to be asleep. I didn't even want to deal with it. And the next day I was leaving and I was going to go right back to his house. I was just going right back into it. And she was like, please don't. Just don't do it. And I made the decision to go to Holly's house, which is Tyler's aunt, who I grew up with. Me and my mom lived with her for some years when I was younger. And once I got there, you can kind of take over because
Kenzie, she's there's a lot of stuff we could skip or pass through, but one thing is, so she said that when her mom and herself came to our church, she was 3. You were 3. So anyway, my aunt Holly befriended her mom. Eventually, Kenzie and her mom began to live with my aunt Holly, became best friends, and then throughout the years, they started a business together. Mm-hmm. So
Holly's been like a second mom to me my whole life.
But the point is that they kept coming to our church. So I've known Kenzie my whole life.
Yeah.
But Kenzie is a little older than me. She's almost 5 years older than me. So I never really thought that we would ever get together or anything like that.
And neither did I.
I always thought I'd marry somebody younger than me.
And I always thought that, in my brain, the man was always supposed to be older.
I thought the same thing.
I always thought, I wouldn't even, when I was, in high school and middle school, wouldn't even consider dating anybody younger, dating anybody younger than me. I was just like that.
Middle school. Rule number 1, don't date in middle school.
Okay, but I didn't really date. I just had boyfriends.
Don't have a boyfriend in middle school. But anyway, that was nothing but silly.
Oh, it was silly.
Anyway, I'm just silly. I'm just picking on you. But anyway, so I've always thought Kenzie was beautiful, but, never crossed my mind that, we would get married or anything. So during this time, what Kenzie's talking about, the guest minister here, I was in the back, and this is the only time I've ever heard an audible voice. But
you're in the sound booth, right?
Yeah, I was in the sound booth, running the sound, and I was, weeks before this, I was praying to the Lord. I was like, I'm getting close to graduating. I need to find a wife. I need you to tell me who my wife's going to be, bring her to me or something, Lord. I was like, I got a lot to do. I know what you've called me to do, and I'm going to have a helpmate. I'm going to have somebody to help me. I'm going to have a wife. And so I was just pouring my heart out to the Lord. Well, a couple weeks later, I'm in the sound booth, the service, Kenzie goes down. When Kenzie goes down to get prayed for, all of a sudden I heard an audible voice. I thought everybody in the church could hear it. And he said, Kenzie will be your wife. And I started looking around. I was like, what? And I mean, just in that moment, something just dropped on me. And a love for Kinsey just like blew my mind. Like I was just so in love with her already. And I didn't even like, I mean, I knew her, but like I didn't love her, you know what I mean? But all of a sudden I was just like in love with this woman. And so 2 nights later, I had a dream that I married her. And so I went to, one day me and my mom was talking and my mom said something. And I said, Mom, I know who my wife's going to be. And she said, let me guess, Kinsey. And I was like, dang it. I thought it was going to be a surprise. I thought I'd get to tell you. But anyway, so then now this planning had to happen. Now this is where it gets a little tricky because I thought, how can I get this girl to start liking me? How can I get her to date me? What can I do? So at this time, Kinsey has left her mom's house and she is living with my Aunt Holly. Mm-hmm. She's staying with my Aunt Holly. So Holly tells me that she's overheard Kinsey say that she would like to take piano lessons. So I thought, man, I've been playing the piano since 3rd grade. I could teach somebody to play the piano. So I get her number and I text her and I said, hey, would you like for me to teach you piano lessons? I do it free of charge. And she was like, what? I was like, yeah, just come over on Saturday morning and I'll teach you how to play the piano.
Spoiler alert, I still don't know how to play the piano.
She still doesn't because let me tell you what happened. So she would start coming and I would teach her. Well, then after maybe 3 or 4 weeks, I worked
Every
up
time he
enough
knew
courage.
I didn't come, I never came prepared. I never had done anything.
Yeah, listen, she says she don't know how to learn the piano and she blames it on me. But when I was teaching her, she never practiced.
No, that's what I just said. I said
I know,
I
that's
never
what I'm saying.
practiced.
But she likes to blame it on me, but really it's kind of her fault. But anyway, so I said, hey, how about Wednesday night I'll come pick you up before church. We can go out to eat.
But how about
and then I'll take you to church.
Before that, tell what you had to do in order to teach me piano lessons because I think it's so sweet how your mom told you.
Oh, my mom's like, you gotta have the house clean. Spotless. So every Friday and every early Saturday morning, I would clean the house spotless so Kinsey could come over and I'd teach her how to play the piano lesson.
And that was the first time I ever had sausage gravy biscuits.
Yeah, my mom would cook breakfast for her. So we'd do the piano lessons and then we would sit down and eat breakfast together. So then I was like, hey, how about, I pick you up, take you to church, we go to eat first, and then I'll take you back. And she was like, yeah, sounds good.
And so I'm thinking this is just obviously a friend, like, because I just got out of a relationship, so I'm just thinking, yeah, he's just a friend from church. He was teaching me piano. That's cool, whatever. Totally oblivious.
And I'm going to go ahead and say this, and you people watching this might not agree. I believe it is impossible, really. I mean, there's certain situations that are very rare, but usually it's impossible for a boy and a girl to be friends. Like, it's just weird. Like, if a boy and girl are going to do stuff together, like watch a movie, blah, 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 and they're just friends. And I'm not talking about, like, they're friends going to be boyfriend or girlfriends. I'm talking about that they just consider themselves friends. That is weird. That's weird to me.
No, you always say that one
of them is lying.
Yeah, one of them likes the other.
One of them likes the other. And Kinsey used to tell me, she'd be like, oh, this was just my guy friend. And then once she came to my side and started looking, she was like, well, he did tell me this one time. This was weird. And I was like, when you think he tried to kiss you, didn't think he liked you? I mean, it was just obvious stuff. And she'd be like, oh, no. So oblivious. Usually girls are oblivious. No offense to anybody watching. But anyway, so we went out. I took her to Waffle House in Lancaster. We went and ate. I took her to church. And
we were having a good time.
We had a great time. I thought it was our first date. Well, do all these things. Well, then I start texting her and then...
No, wait. This is the first thing you did. So we were still texting and everything was good. Like I was thinking we were friends. And I had went to my mom's house to just hang out with her for a little bit. And Holly texted my mom, or she texted me, I can't remember, either one of the two, and said, hey, there's a surprise for you at the house. And I was like, okay. I was thinking like Holly and Andrew got me something because they're just so sweet and like so generous. So I was like, did they get me like a little surprise? Like, that's nice. Not thinking anything at all. And so I go back to Holly's house and I walk in and she's like, I walk into the kitchen where they are and she's like, so do you like it? And I'm like, what? And she's like, the flowers on the table. Well, Andrew gets holly flowers all the time. So I was like, oh, those are for me? And so I went and looked at the card, and me and Tyler had done trunk or treat together.
Yeah.
And we did Alice in Wonderland, and he was the Mad Hatter and I was Alice, obviously. And
No, I was Alice and you were the man.
yeah. Yeah. But so maybe we can insert a picture of it somewhere.
Maybe.
Because it's cute. It's a cute picture with your makeup all done. Anyways, so I look at the flowers. They're like all beautiful, like bright colors. They look like very Alice in Wonderland.
That's what I was going for. Alice in Wonderland themed flowers.
So I open up the card, and in the card it says, thinking of you, love, Mad Hatter. When I read that, my
Did it
stomach.
say love Mad Hatter?
Yes, it did. I have a
Okay.
picture of it. I can insert that too if we can insert it, whatever.
I don't know if we're doing all this, but good.
But anyways, my stomach literally dropped. I was like, oh my gosh, this boy likes me. I was like, oh gosh. No.
Pause. I'm at the beach at this time, and Kinsey calls me.
Well, because Holly's like, are you going to say anything to him?
So Kinsey calls me, and she's like, I got your flowers. I said, really? Did you like them? She's like, yeah, they're pretty. And I
It's
went,
not that bland.
no, it was that bland. And I went, okay, talk to you later. And
No,
hung
you
up.
said, no, you didn't. That is not what you said. You said, I just wanted to get something that was as pretty as you.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just said, I don't know what I said.
She didn't say anything. I want to skip that part because that hurt. Not just
No, but what you'll realize in this story is I look like a villain for a lot of it.
It's okay. Everybody loves a good villain.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, so then nothing's happening. I could tell she's growing more distance from me. Everything's changing. So one day I just worked up courage, and I don't encourage anybody to do this. I was young, had no wisdom. I was dumb. I was in love. I was desperate. So she was a youth
you
helper.
heard from the Lord. So
I mean, yeah, I know. I knew from the bottom of my heart the answer. But she was helping in the youth. So one day I drive her back to the church and I go, hey, I got to tell you something. And she goes, yeah. And I go, I don't know how to tell you this, but the Lord told me that you're going to be my wife. Now, listen, when most people tell people that, they're crazy. They didn't hear from the Lord. And looking back, I sound like those people. Like, that was probably not the smartest thing to do. The Lord didn't tell me to tell her. It's like Joseph. When Joseph had that dream that
he told
everybody,
his brothers.
I'm telling everybody. But nobody, the Lord didn't tell Joseph to tell people. And he didn't tell me to tell her. But anyway, so she just starts crying.
Not
happy tears. Like, this guy's crazy. Like, get me out of this car tears. So it was very awkward. And then she made the statement. She goes, I just got out of a terrible relationship. And I'm like, yeah, I totally understand that. But I'm better than that guy. That's what I was thinking. And then she was like, I think we should just be friends first. And in my head, I was thinking, what has this last 12 weeks been? I thought we've been friends for 12 weeks. But anyway, so she was like, we should just be friends first. I'm like, yeah, I'm totally down for that. I was like, but I just want to let you know something about friends. I just want to let you know something. Friends text each other. Because during this time, Kinsey and I would be texting. And you have an iPhone, you know what a game pigeon is you could send games to each other. And I would send her a game, and sometimes I would send her a text and a game pigeon, and she would only respond back to the game pigeon and not the text. Or she would text me back like 6 days later. So I was thinking, I'm just letting you know, best friends or friends, they don't do that. She was like, okay. So she ghosted me. Long story short, she ghosted me, and she didn't talk. So that was the end of that. And so that kind of did we just fade out?
I think that's what happened.
Oh, no.
I
I remember.
texted you.
She claims I did this, and I don't remember
You
doing this.
did.
Go ahead.
It was so like he
I
was,
was hurt.
like I think he was just like
I was
kind
hurt.
of frustrated because
hurt, frustrated.
like I wasn't saying anything. I wasn't texting him back, and I think he like asked me like what was going on, and I was like,
I don't want to. We can't.
I'm not ready for this. And he was like, oh, that's okay. He's like, I'm gonna be a great husband and father one day. And I was like, I replied back and I was like, I'm sure you are. Like, I have no doubt that you are. And then we stopped talking, but I don't remember how it started back the second time. Do you?
No, I don't. I don't remember how the second time
It's starting to
started
fade. We need to start writing it. We need to write it down.
So I remember the second time we started kind of talking back again. And so we started talking here a bit here and there. Well, my grandparents, every year they take both sides. They take the grandkids to the beach. So there's like, hey, we have room for one more. Do you want to bring Kinsey? And I said, sure, let me ask her. So I asked her, I was like, hey, you want to go to the beach?
And we did not stay in the same room.
Yeah, we did not stay in the same room. We stood actually far apart. She had her own room and I was in a room with my brothers. I mean, it was just like that. Anyway, so we go to the beach, and during this time, it took a dramatic turn.
Oh gosh, I was so okay. First of all, I don't think I really wanted to go.
She just wanted to use me to get to the beach.
No, I did not want to just use him. I think I felt like I kind of had to go because I was having an internal conflict because I knew Tyler was a great guy, but also knew that he was younger than me, and also knew that like there was a lot of stuff that I had to deal with, and I was just kind of like pushing it off because I was still trying to hang out with people that I wasn't supposed to be hanging out with sometimes, and so it was just like a whole thing. So continue.
So during this time, like she said we didn't stay in the same room. Let me tell you how bad it was.
Oh gosh.
I would sit on one side of the couch, and she would just sit on the opposite side of in a different chair. Wouldn't even sit beside me. Never. Would never sit beside me.
They called me Sleeping Beauty that week.
She slept the whole week, like literally for hours and hours. And then when she got up, she would just get on her phone and wouldn't even talk to me. Like it was rough.
Oh
so then
gosh.
It was her birthday. We don't have to tell this part. We can skip this part.
No, you might as well tell him.
No,
Just tell him.
We can skip this part.
Just tell him.
It makes you look bad, babe.
I really was the villain. I told them already I was the villain.
Okay, so what happened was it was her birthday, so I planned this really nice dinner.
It might give hope to somebody out there.
There's hope, buddy. So I planned this really nice dinner. I bought her this. So she told me that her favorite animal is a dolphin. So I bought this bracelet with a dolphin on it.
And a necklace.
And a necklace. And then the night before, I stayed up all night writing her this letter.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh. I still have it. I still have that.
She has it. Well, before this, her mama came down to rescue her because little did I know she was texting her mom like, help, I need help, get me out of here. So her mom comes down trying to help her. She takes her shopping.
And you went with us.
And I went with her. And I bought her, this is how much in love I was. I literally bought her these pair of flip-flops.
Rainbows. I have them on right now.
She forgets them in her mom's car, takes her home. So I was like, I'll go get you another pair. So I went and bought her another pair. Okay. So we got to eat that night. We get in the car and guys, and there's no hard feelings. So like, obviously I laugh at this stuff. I think it's pretty hilarious now. But anyway, so I give her their presents.
I cringe every time I listen.
I'm sorry. I give her the presents. She takes them and she goes, thanks.
Well, okay. First of all,
Sticks in her purse.
He didn't know my taste in jewelry, but even the thought was just so sweet. I still have the bracelet and I still have the necklace.
So she opens the present and goes, thanks. Puts in her purse, takes the note, folds it up, doesn't read it, puts in her purse. And she's like, you ready? And I go, wow. Okay. So we go inside.
He was really a trooper. I mean, honestly, he was just a trooper
I was
the
in love.
whole time.
I knew from God. So during this meal, it's the most awkward thing I've ever been in my life. She doesn't talk to me. Like, we don't talk. It's so weird. Tension's thick. She goes to the restroom. This is my favorite part of the story.
Oh, gosh.
It's one of those restaurants like where you leave, they come, they fold the napkins up. It's a really nice restaurant. So she leaves and the waiter comes over. He's folding the napkin up, put it back in her seat, topping her water off. And he goes, rough night, huh? And I go, kind of. He was like, don't worry, buddy. It's going to get better. Folds it up and walks away. So we leave there. Well, we get back home. And during this time, our church is having like a little prayer group. And Kinsey's a part of it. And I told my mom that night, I said, I'll tell you something. I'm not leaving there tonight unless I found out what is going on between us.
Also, my friend Felicia is also in this prayer group. So like when she leaves, when she's going to leave, I walk outside to go to my car too. Well, Tyler's already at my car. He's standing.
Let me tell you, can I tell one important part before we get to that? So right before we went on vacation and this, Kinsey and I both worked for her mom and my aunt. So I worked at her house with her. So her computer was here, then my computer was here, and we worked right beside each other. Like that's how we did. We worked from home, but we worked from her house and we worked beside each other, okay? Now you go back to your story. This is after the meeting. I go to my car.
So after the prayer meeting that night, Felicia is going to her car. She's already sitting in her car. I'm sitting there talking to her. Tyler's already jetted out and standing at my car. And I look at Felicia and I'm like, do not leave until he leaves my car. Do not leave. Well, we sit there and talk for like 40 minutes. And Tyler has not moved an inch. And Felicia looks at me and she goes, I think you're just going to have to go over there. Because I don't think he's leaving. And I was like, oh, dang it.
I was getting an answer.
And so I walk over to my car. And I just go ahead and get in the car.
Yeah,
and I roll down the window.
Roll down the window because I tapped on the window. And I go, hey, what's going on? And then she delivers this line to me. It's all been fake. I've never liked you. Never had any feelings towards you. And I go,
heartless.
If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, flip over to video so you can see what I'm doing. This was the kind of stare I gave her. My jaw dropped. I went.
I was heartless.
Heart ripped out of chest. So I go, okay. She tells me all this, delivers the whole news. I'm like, well, I said, so why did you go on vacation? I can't remember. I mean, it was like a blur. It's a little blur.
And I
do remember this. She goes,
well, okay. I didn't think you were going to tell this part. I didn't know what to say. I literally didn't know what to say after that. So, like, I just said something because I didn't know how it was going to end.
She says, so will I see you at work tomorrow?
I said, are you going to come to work tomorrow?
You going to come to work tomorrow? And I go, probably not. And I walk away. And so that next Wednesday, she dropped all my stuff off at the church in a car. I was doing something.
Oh, gosh,
and she got somebody to put it in my car. All my work equipment. So anyway, that was the second time.
Okay. Well, so at this point, I've started to realize, this is a little bit after, I'm still hanging out with some of those friends that I still need to let go of. And finally, I'm like sitting one day and I'm like,
let me tell you what happened. Can I tell what happens? Why?
Oh, yes.
What happens?
Yeah, go ahead.
So during this time, Reverend Mark Hankins comes to our church. And he starts talking about and preaching on the Ephesians 1 and 3 prayer. And this is he came the first Sunday of June. So during this time, all my friends are telling me, you're an idiot if you keep wanting to get back with this girl. She's broke up with you twice. Like, move on. And I was like, I can't. I love her. And they're like, stop saying you love her. And I was like, I do. I love her. I can't explain it. And they're like, get on. And I was like, I can't do it. So I'm like, I got to get this little woman. I got to have her. So literally, he came the first Sunday of June. I go, that's it. So for 3 months, 3 times a day, I prayed the Ephesians 1 and 3 prayer over Kinsey and myself every day, 3 times a day for 3 months straight. And I said, Father, open our eyes. Know your plan. And because I was 100% sure that I heard from the Lord, because my whole entire life, I've never heard an audible voice from God except for that time.
Yeah.
Haven't since. Don't know if I ever will again. But that one time, I mean, I was just 100% sure I heard it. Like nobody could convince me otherwise.
Well, so like I said, I'd give my life back to the Lord, but there's still choices you have to make, and you have to separate yourself from people and things. And, you can't have 1 foot
in, 1 foot out.
1 foot in, 1 foot out. And I was teetering on that line because I was like, how do I let go of these people that have been there all these years? And then I started to realize, what did these people benefit my life? And then I started thinking, oh my gosh, what the heck? He was literally everything that I wanted, Because when I was in the 7th grade, my mom told me to write down on a list everything that I wanted in my future husband and to pray to the Lord and ask him for that. And I kept that paper and I kept it in my little memory box. And I pulled out that paper and I just like looked over the list, and it doesn't have any physical attributes. I think the only thing that it had about like a physical feature was blue eyes, which you have. And everything else was just character.
I thought it said red hair.
No, it was blue eyes. But everything else was just like character. I've always had like redheads. So, but anyways, so, I'm feeling convicted. I know that I need to change. And then I'm also just sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, you're being an idiot. Like, you could miss out on the best thing ever in your life just because you care what people will think, because of the age difference. Also because you just won't get over yourself and let go of the things that are trying to hold you back. And so I was like, Lord, help me do this. And so Tyler.
But Kinsey everybody comes a point in their life where they can't blame others, or they have to decide that their life is going to get better, and it's because of the decisions they make.
Well, right.
But in Kinsey's past, she did experience a lot of crazy stuff and seen stuff done to her, crazy stuff. So she did have trauma that she had to get over and let go. And so one of the things was, like, when we first got together, she wouldn't even let me open her door.
Like, I was very independent.
I couldn't even open her door for her.
Nobody could do anything for me because I had to do it myself.
Right.
Because I think I'd learned to like only depend on myself.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't trust anybody.
Which is another thing that I had to get over.
Right.
But so at this point, Tyler, I think your mom told you to give me like the cold shoulder. Like, just kind of like, didn't she?
No, I said I was going to give her the cold shoulder.
Okay. Well, he told his mom and everybody that he was going to give me the cold shoulder.
Well, maybe my mom did say that. Maybe people were telling me to, but I remember thinking that I'm going to make her work for it. I didn't. Well, go ahead.
So, I'm trying to think of like, how do I fix this after I've self-sabotaged already a couple of times and was completely heartless and vicious, as vicious can be. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, you know what? Tyler gave me a bracelet that I kept, a Pura Vida bracelet. It was blue, black, and white, and I'm pretty sure I still have it in my jewelry box.
Wow.
But so I put that back on because I knew he would see it and know that it was his. And also,
I did.
Also, before we had stopped talking the last time, he used to have a different haircut. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, you should try this haircut. And now you can take over from here.
So right before this, Kinsey texted me. What was your thought process behind that texting me?
Because I did get a new number.
She got a new number, though, but we're not talking. Like, we're not talking. There was no point. She texts me and says, hey, this is my new number. If you have any work questions, text this number.
Because you were still working. And I was like, that's a way to make it kind of obvious, but not over obvious.
But I never had questions. I mean, I was pretty good at what I did. There's a little bit of stuff I did. But anyway, so I was like, And then she texted me something, and I was like, interesting. So I'm telling her, I'm like, I think Kinsey's starting to like me again. And my family's like, really? I'm like, yeah. So then we had this thing called a back to school gathering at the church, and it's just like a family outing, and we cook, we grill hot dogs, grill hamburgers, people play outside, we talk, ice cream truck, all that stuff, play cornhole. So I'm playing basketball, and it's over, and I'm cleaning up, and Kinsey's leaving, and she comes walking, she goes, I like your haircut, and walks off. When she left, I played it real cool. When she left that little Logan, I said, I got her.
And for anybody that doesn't know, Logan is Tyler's brother.
Yeah, Logan's my brother. I have him on one episode, maybe. Probably not. But anyway, that was the joke. He watches this podcast. No, he doesn't. No, I'm just, sometimes. Maybe he'll be on it. Watch.
Logan, if you're watching, comment.
Comment, Logan. But anyway, so I said, I got her. So anyway, long story short, we started texting, and then I was like, going back to Felicia, it was their wedding. And I said,
her and Timmy's wedding.
I said the night before.
Well, we started hanging out again.
We started hanging out again. The night before I said, do you officially want to be my girlfriend? And she said, sure. So we started officially being boyfriend and girlfriend. Our first date as a boyfriend and girlfriend was going to their wedding.
Mm-hmm.
We went to their wedding on 9/4/22. And
so you have to realize Tyler had tried to date me from 2020 all the way to 2022.
2 years.
It was a 2-year ordeal.
Felt
And
like 20. Felt like 20. I might have got a little grace from it. No, I'm just playing.
Or no, maybe it was 2021. No, it was a year.
It was 2020. The end of 2020.
No.
Yeah, it was the end of 2020.
Okay. Anyways, so
It's right during the end of COVID.
No, I meant like when we got together. Like
I know
for
when
real,
we started
it was
talking.
2021, I think.
Well, when I started texting you, it was the end of 2020.
Yes,
It was
I know
still during
that.
COVID.
I'm talking about when we finally got together. I think
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
2021.
It might have been early
So I think it
2021.
was like, it was really like a year and a half.
Well, I liked her since 2020.
Yes, but we didn't get together till like a year and a half. So Tyler literally stuck through that and was so patient with me through everything. And like, I mean, as you see, he prayed for me. Instead of looking at the circumstances, he just trusted the Lord. But, you know, I still had my part to play. Like, I could have still chosen not to go down that path. And who knows where I'd be right now.
I wasn't going to let her go down that path, though.
But thank God. I just thank God that I was not that dumb.
And that's what I tell people. Like, if you have children who ran away, if you've had people who are acting crazy like Kinsey was, I mean, no matter what, you pray those Ephesians 1:3 prayers over them.
They work.
The prayer works. Prayer works. So we started dating, and then just fast forward a little bit, skip
It was
a little
great.
stuff.
Well, actually, when we first started dating, there were still some things that I had to deal with.
Pause.
What?
Was it 20? Maybe Felicia and Timmy could tell us.
It was 2021.
2021. I said 2022 last time.
Yeah, that's why I said it was a year and a
My
half,
bad,
not
yeah.
2 years.
Because I proposed to you in the
2022.
Christmas of 2022. Not
Yeah.
on Christmas Day, but I proposed to you on 12/16/22.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I remember that is because I love even numbers, and I planned it out so it'd all be even numbers, 12/16/22.
Yeah.
That was a little weird thing I did.
Except
but anyway,
for we weren't married. We got married on 5/4/2024.
I know.
But it's okay. It was
It's
still
too
the
hot to
greatest
get
day.
married in 6, which is June.
So,
But anyway.
what was I saying? Before that, you interrupted me.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. When we first started dating, I knew I wanted to be with him, and I knew I knew in my heart of hearts that was the right thing, and that I did like him and everything. And so, even though I did like him and I was dating him, his sweetness, like he was so nice to me, and it was still trying to get over like the Miss Independent thing. He was so nice to me. I would literally feel like what people would say nowadays, the ick, because he was so nice to me. And I had to realize that was not correct. That's like, why would somebody loving me the right way make me feel that way? And I had to recognize that was not of the Lord. And I had to take control over those thoughts. So every time I felt like I couldn't breathe, or like him being so sweet to me was like just going to send me over, I would remove myself from the situation, find somewhere private. I would most of the time just go to the bathroom, and I would just take a deep breath, and I would just say to myself, I accept the love that I deserve, and I don't run away from it. I did that so many times, morning, afternoon, night, all the time, until one day I didn't have to say it anymore.
Praise the Lord. Confession, the power of your confession. So, Kinsey and I proposed to her. We get married, and then boom. How do we get to this podcast? I'll tell you how we get to this podcast. So one day I'm praying in the shower, and the Lord says, get the word out. And I go, well, how am I supposed to do that? And he says, start a podcast. So then he gave me John 10:10, the Amplified Classic. And the Bible says, the thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. But I have come that you may have life, that you may have it more abundantly. The Amplified Classic says, till it's full, till it overflows. And when I read that, it just jumped out of me. The Overflow podcast. that God wants your life to overflow in every area of your life.
Amen.
And so we got these mics, we got the camera. We didn't have lights. We just started out, and the Lord's been helping us, teaching me. I knew nothing about podcasting. I knew nothing about editing. I'm still know very
Making
little.
Clips on Instagram.
Clips, still knew little. Started a ministry page on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Started a YouTube channel. Still learning. Still don't know a lot of stuff about it, but the Lord's helping me.
As the podcast is,
I think every
gone
episode's
on.
got better.
Yeah, it's getting better and better.
Yes, I believe
as
so
the
too.
time goes
the
by.
quality and everything, and it's just gonna keep going up.
Yeah.
Because with God, your life just gets better and better and better and better.
Yeah.
And so we started our first episode called The Introduction, episode 1. And now this is episode 52, Our Story.
Mm-hmm.
About how we
love
got
that.
here. So I thought this was a really good episode.
And now, and literally,
You got to go back in time with us.
By the time you watch this, I'll be 38 weeks pregnant. Everybody that's watching, I'll be 38 weeks pregnant, and we will be expecting our little baby boy
Very soon.
in like 13 days, which is crazy.
Yeah, so he could come any moment. He's going to come at the right time. So won't be long. We'll have an addition to the family podcast, addition to the family. And so we're so excited about little Ace on the way. And so, but anyway, I think it's a good place to end.
Yeah.
Thanks if you stuck it out the whole entire time, you're a trooper, and I appreciate you.
It was probably,
Hit a like even if you didn't like it.
listen, and I know I was a villain, but now I love him so much.
And I love her so much.
I tell
still.
people like all the time, anytime that I'm not with him, I'm just like, ugh, I miss my husband.
I
I
love
love
her so
him.
much.
I am a husband's girl for sure.
I love her so much. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. I would say share this episode with somebody. I mean,
You could.
if somebody needs it,
There might be somebody
share
out
it.
there that has a similar situation, and
it's kind of weird to tell somebody to share our story, but
I think it's a pretty great story.
I love it. I think it's the best story in the
I
world.
think it could
but
be a movie.
I love you. But anyway, you got to see our personalities. You got to see our story. We thank you for sticking along. You can find us on more information below. Check out any episode you haven't seen already.
Yeah.
Give us a like. Give us a subscribe.
Or like I said, or also if you have any questions that you ever have, anything,
email us, write us,
comment.
all of that. But we love you. Jesus loves you, and he wants your life to overflow. God bless you. See you next time.